guys, it's Ty with Ty the Dog Guy on the Daily, and I want to talk about a little technique that I've been doing. It's just a small, technique. It's a small little exercise that I've been doing with certain dogs that have anxiety problems. Now, lots of dogs have anxiety problems. Sometimes they're big. We're talking a dog that is terrified of everything. Sometimes they're small. We're talking about a dog that has, a little bit anxious when he gets around people or dogs or something like that. But regardless, this is a technique that I've kind of stumbled upon and found it to help quite a bit. In theory, in practice, it's fairly simple, so it's something that I wanted to share in one of my daily podcasts / vlogs. Let me go back and kind of tell the story of how I accidentally uncovered it. It was probably about a year ago or so, working with a client, and I noticed that every time, if we're like in the living room or something, every time we told the dog to lie down, whether in the living room or family room or wherever, the dog would go over next to the wall and lie down, or go over next to the couch and lie down. So in other words, what I found was the dog wanted to be next to something big as it lied down. It's almost like it gained comfort from lying down next to like a large object. And so first place would be lying down next to the owner, next to their feet or something like that. But then, like I say, beyond that, if we didn't allow that, the dog would want to naturally just lie down near, like I say, a wall, a couch, a coffee table, something like that. And so it made me realize that the dog was gaining strength from the wall. Now, that's not a bad thing, but anytime the dog is gaining strength from an outside source, it doesn't have to gain strength from inside. And so with this particular dog, and I've since done it with, probably a couple dozen dogs over the past year, what I did that I found gave a marked improvement to the dog was every day we got in the habit of doing a downstay in the middle of the room for 30 to 45 minutes. Now, with most of our clients, anxiety or not, we get to the point where we recommend a good solid place command or downstay, every day for 30 to 45 minutes. So it's not unusual in that sense, because like I say, most of our clients, we have the dog go to the bed every day for 30 to 45 minutes. But there's a difference between a place command, because when the dog is on a dog bed or on a dog cot or on a mat or something like that, they gain strength from that. And usually the dog bed's near the wall anyways. And so the dog gains some strength from that and doesn't feel vulnerable. But if we ask the dog to go right there in the middle of the floor, there's nothing even close to it for 10 feet around, and the dog has to just be in the middle of the room, or you can even do this in a yard or at a park or something, but it has to be in the middle of the room, can't be near anything. I find that a dog that we previously thought had a great downstay or something suddenly is getting anxious and moving around and like, I don't know what to do, and kept breaking the downstay. And so when you first start doing this with a dog that has some anxiety problems, you're going to notice probably that the dog's going to break every minute, even if you could. So in fact, I did this today with a client, and her dog can place for an hour, but we did downstay in the middle of the room, and it was like maybe every minute. Well, the dog got better as the session progressed, but every minute the dog would be getting up and moving, and but with a little bit of practice got better and better, and as she continues, the dog will get better and better. So like I say, the net benefit that I've seen in doing this with dogs, different types of dogs with different types of anxiety, is when we tell the dog, no, you can't move from there, you got to stay put, the dog has to adapt. And adaptation means getting stronger, because at first, some dogs for the first couple of days, or maybe even longer, a week or so, are going to sit there and they're going to be nervous in the middle of the floor. And if a dog's nervous, I do want to help the dog, but by the same token, I want to make sure that what I'm asking the dog isn't something crazy. So all I'm asking for is the dog to lie in the middle of the room. It's not an inappropriate ask. If I was saying, all right, lie down right next to the lawnmower, and the dog was shaking a little bit, I'd probably need to change my parameters here. But all I'm saying is lie down in the middle of the floor. So the dog's a little bit stressed by it, but we say you can't move. And so the dog just, okay, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And then as time goes on, the dog settles in. And usually most dogs, one day or a few days or a week, and you start to notice a marked improvement with how strong they are mentally in their ability to lie down there in the middle of the room. Now, some people might ask, well, who cares? Who cares if my dog lies down in the middle of the room? It's not that big of a deal. But what I've seen is a nice collateral effect to where the dog lying down in the middle of the room gained strength in having to do that, right? Because at first they were like, well, I need to lie down next to something. But now that they can lie down all on their own, like I say, they start to gain strength. And in the act of gaining strength, it starts to show in other parts of their life. And they're just a mentally stronger and a mentally tougher dog for doing this. So like I say, to our clients that watch and to people that have our DVDs and already are in the habit of doing 30 minutes a day on a bed, you might want to try it in the middle of the floor. And for those that aren't our clients that are looking for help and solutions with anxiety, why don't you try doing this? See if you can get some traction. It's an easy thing to do. It's not a hard exercise. Like I say, at first you're going to have to get up and down a lot because your dog's going to be breaking to stay. But soon you're going to have a dog that's much more comfortable, and see how it works out for you.